We would like to invite the respectable guest, who is a professor at Pamukkale University, Göksel, Altınışık, Ergur, to the stage to make her presentation about the secret of life.
Dear guests from Europe and Turkey, dear hosts, students and teachers of NAZİLLİ ANADOLU LİSESİ, ciao, cześć, alo, hola ve merhaba. It's a real honor to be here with you. I thank you very much for this very inspiring invitation to this organization. When I have been first invited to make a talk on the topic, the secret of life, I had concerns since I didn't know anything about it. Then I think I should think more about the topic before rejecting the request. And I started to make some persuasion sentences to convince myself, come to here and stay on that stage to make that talk. As being a doctor, I know the health hazards that shorten the life duration. As being an enthusiastic listener of my patients, I heard a lot about life and death, health and sickness. And as an ordinary life lover, I try hard to find joys of life. So I might make a talk on not adding years to life, but adding life into the years. So, thank you. So, are you ready to learn my experiences and knowledge that I gained in 50 years? Almost the middle of my life. I want to focus on healthy, happy, and long life. First, we ought to avoid the health hazards to live longer, even the longest. You know what the best killer is? Yes, it is smoking. To live a long and healthy life, we have to say no, even never, to smoking and substance abuse. To live a long and healthy life, better is not to start smoking. If one had already started smoking with misfortune, quitting smoking immediately might be the best option. Smoking not only shortens our life by around 10 years, but it also lowers the quality of life in old age, as smokers are more likely to suffer from debilitating illnesses. The volatile indifference of youth has always a heavy bill for middle ages. You ask for all ages. Unfortunately, those who neglect their health can rarely reach old ages anyway. For avoiding another risk factor, obesity, to stay physically active will help us besides a healthy diet. Do which exercise makes you happy and eat rainbow, as many of the sanitarians mentioned about. At that point, we'd better talk about the chance of Nazilli. You will appreciate your own dietary intake listed among the healthy foods. Fruits and vegetables, olive oil, fresh meat from the animals raised and fed in a natural way. High-fat dairy products include cheese, cream, butter, and full-fat yogurt, eggs, nuts and seeds, especially walnuts. It has been suggested frequently to eat them, but stop eating when you feel about 80% satisfied for a healthy meal, and to eat your smallest meal at the early evening. Moving naturally throughout the day, walking, gardening, doing housework is suggested to be a core part of a healthy lifestyle. attracted by the too much publicized image of unhealthy foods. They can even consider such kind of consumption as a way to manifest their difference against family culture. Nevertheless, these global brands which do not bring anything useful for our body, ruin our metabolism and cause a rapid losing of health in early ages. For the health of our body, we have to be responsibly prudent too. Primary prevention is to know the risks, injuries, infections, diseases, disabilities and death, and to eliminate them from the life. Secondary prevention can be defined as the action taken prior to the onset of the disease which removes the possibility that the disease ever occurred. Health education, vaccination, nutritional interventions, control of environmental hazards, for example, air pollution, safety food and water, lifestyle and behavioral changes, sleeping well, eliminating stress, etc., are some of the methods for secondary prevention. Additionally, to get the diagnosis and proper treatment as soon as possible, and for that purpose, to be alert of the signs about diseases and disabilities is included. And the last one, third prevention, is treatment and rehabilitation for the patients whose diseases and disabilities advance beyond their early stages. I had a patient whom I have changed my life perception. She was 18 years old when I first made a fatal diagnosis for her. And without saying her, I knew there was 3 to 5 years life expectancy ahead. After she deceased, at 3.5 years of the disease, her mother brought me her poems that she wrote since I had suggested once. Here is one of her poems. Says me a lot, and I hope it will say you those wise advices too. I should run free as a bird. No, I can't. Anyhow, still could tramp. I love walking, but am I other people? When they watch me closely, I may cry, even get angry. They stand when can run easily, don't understand them, stop walking for empathy. Lose my patience while waiting the day I run eternally. I have been so touched by learning that she couldn't understand healthy people who stopped walking, even they could run. But she still had the hope for the days that she could run. And while waiting, she didn't give up walking. There are lessons taken from the blue zone's inhabitants who live longer and healthier, as an expected consequences, happier. One of them, and to me the most important one, is to have a purpose, aim, or a target, whatever you call it. Knowing why we wake up in the morning makes us healthier, happier, and adds up to 7 years to extra life expectancy. Yubi Blake, a jazz musician, died at 96. If I would know I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. Yes, we have to take care of ourselves for the possibility of living the longest. This is an obligation. However, according to World Health Organization definition, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. For social well-being, we have to develop good social ties with a supportive community, having close and strong family connections with spouses, parents, grandparents, grandchildren is common with sanitarians. You may think that in our age of information, we have numerous friends, yet apart of these virtual links, we need to establish real human connections, not only electronic ones. What bonds us to life with enthusiasm is the solidity and strength of our real relationships with those We love and share special moments and feelings. Are you close with an extended family, or with a volunteer social group, or pro-social community? Do you have a worthwhile career or positive educational endeavor? Great! Friends provide emotional support which helps us deal with stress, and feeling love boosts production of feel-good chemicals, dopamine and oxytocin, which promote brain growth, helping to deal with aging. You need to figure out who will be there for you when you have nothing to offer but yourself. We call it friends.
Yes.
And it's very important to choose our partner wisely. Our lifelong partner will mean a lot. We end up needing care of someone or caring to the loved one. We'd better choose a supportive, kind, loving, smart and interesting partner to be in love forever. There's even also speculations that those famously healthy Mediterranean people healthy not because of their diet, but because they enjoy high level of social interaction and deep sustaining emotional networks. The last part is mental well-being. Lifelong learning and also sharing what we had learned will keep us to stay active intellectually, even in the older ages. And it protects our brains from shutting down before the death, literally. The enthusiasm to start learning a new language or finding a new topic that we hadn't interested in previously, fighting with the barriers of body and brain to open them to new hobbies and studies is the key for mental health and longevity. All people have a lot to offer to the community by the way of advice, storytelling, passing on history. People who are thoughtful, detail-focused, and like to put everything back in its rightful place tend to live longer. It's a basic rule. What is functioning and working, it shines and survives. Laughter, being optimistic, stress-free attitudes are all essentials for longer and happier life. Laughter boosts the immune system, slashes stress hormones, and stimulates killer T cells, which fights cancer. But as adults, we only laugh an average of 5 to 15 times a day with an optimistic guess. While children can easily clock up over 100 daily giggle boosts, keeping the child in our soul alive might help to use those giggles as a hand to take us among centenarians. Optimists live 12 years longer than pessimists. Stress relieving rituals, whatever works with each of us, should take place in our daily routine. The life expectancy is increasing years by years, but we have to keep it in our minds. Science cannot extend the beginning of the life, but the end of it. So we'd better take care of our body, soul, and mind to have them accompanying us in their best conditions for a long living. It's all about the difference between just breathing and having a life. I'm not saying those suggestions are easy to accomplish. That's why there are winners and losers. It's the pathway we have chosen in the early years of life, and we have insisted on walking the rest of it. What makes the difference? At least, it seems to me that you are one of the best placed ones here in Nazilli, country of plenitude in natural resources. According to my thoughts, shaped by experiences and life lessons, for adding life to the years, we must add worthwhile and meaningful acts to every moment of it. There is one life, no matter how long. It deserves all the effort we make to say, I live the life I like the most at the end. I want to finish my talk with a poem of my passion. A butterfly's life, limited to one day, but full of moments free as it swims. A life painless. What if we also had one day life? Can't think about it. What fits into that life? Desires beyond the spectacles, difficulties easily called as obstacles, regrets from what was inevitable. Yes, as my doctor said, even it's just one day to live, it shouldn't be wasted by grief. Life is short, that might be just close. If I would die tomorrow, today was the day we stole. Yes, vivi molto, duzo, triaste fuerte mul, vive mucho, çok yaşayın. Teşekkür